Chelsea are set to go trophyless this season. Well, not if they don't lose to Manchester City in the final, and that is why they're hiring me as the manager for 10 seasons. Now we've got a checklist of challenges to try and complete, winning 20 trophies and also 5 Champions Leagues, which is going to be really difficult because basically we're going to need to win the Champions League every other season. But okay, the rest of the challenge is win 5 golden boots, and for the first season I'm going to go with the 4-3-3 formation. To imagine Chelsea went from winning the UEFA Conference League and the Club World Cup against one of the most unstoppable teams currently to 8th in the league. That is why my objective is to get them back to winning ways, and in our first season the first thing we need to do is sort out our formation, and we are going with the 4-3-3 formation with wingers running down the flanks. But now that we've got our system sorted, our first signing needs to be a defender because Chelsea have conceded a lot this season and I can't go into another season with Chalobah and Dawson, so we need a world-class defender. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Bastoni would be an incredible signing, and I've been hearing rumours that he might leave Inter. Maybe Chelsea could be a proper destination. I know Chelsea doesn't usually sign players at this age, but we are changing that, and with the help of Todd Boehly we have a lot to spend, but we can only make 2 signings. The thing is, boys, we do have Levi Colwill, we've got to trust him. Bastoni's got the experience and I think Colwill can do the job, and we've got 2 quality fullbacks in Reece James and Cucurella. But wait, what? Enzo Fernandez has made a surprising move to Manchester City, and when I thought everything was going fine then this happens. I thought he was going to Madrid, but okay, he made his choice. Let's move on and find a replacement, and I'm thinking a smart player we could bring in is Joao Neves. He's 21 and very good for the future. Well, we wanted a decent defense and we got it, and hopefully win the Champions League. But my worry is Garnacho on that left wing. We can't do anything until next season because we can only sign 2 players, and I decided to make Pedro Neto a starter, and we cut down the size of the squad. Well, we got knocked out in the FA Cup quarter-finals by Arsenal and we finished 3rd while Arsenal won the league. Joao Pedro scored 26 goals and that is the only thing good about this season. Okay, this should be easy, boys. First season itself was tough, but at least we finished 3rd, better than Chelsea under Liam. So now we are in our second season with Chelsea and we need to step things up because remember we have to win 20 trophies and 5 Champions Leagues, and we went trophyless last season, so in this season we need to win something or get sacked by Boehly. So we start the season by selling Garnacho because bro has been average. So in order to replace him we went for the Portuguese forward Rafael Leo, and I know he hasn't been the player he once was, but we are in for a surprise. We also signed a world-class goalkeeper Diego Costa to replace Sanchez. Wow, we won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, and we actually went to the Champions League final but lost to Real Madrid. Well, it's always Real Madrid, but already we won 2 trophies, so we have 18 more to complete the challenge, and the Golden Boot challenge we failed because Joao Pedro only scored 18 goals in the league and 13 in the Champions League, so I'm going to stick with him. This season with Palmer providing 7 assists and Leo topping the FA Cup with 4 goals, I feel like Leo underperformed together with Neto this season, so if he can't get more than 15 G per next season he will be sold, and I made Estevao a starter. For this season we went for a defensive backup to help rotate with Caicedo or Neves, and we went for the French midfielder Tchouaméni and signed a backup centre-back Antonio Silva. We simmed to the next season and we won the Premier League again and the FA Cup against Manchester United. We got knocked out again in the Champions League by Barcelona with Joao Pedro scoring 26 goals in the league and only 5 in the Champions League. Palmer provided for assists, and surprisingly trusting the 19-year old wonderkid paid off because he provided 12 goals and 12 assists in the league with Leo scoring 9 goals and 10 assists, so we don't have to sell him, but he needs to do more if we want that Champions League. Season 4 is the season we tried to get the Champions League trophy because the challenge said we should win 5 and I haven't even won 1, and we are in our 4th season with 6 seasons remaining, so we have to make the right signing. We signed Hugo Ekitike for Joao Pedro backup since we sold Dilap and didn't make any more signings because I didn't want to sabotage the team's momentum. But at the end of the season we lost the FA Cup to Manchester City in the quarter-finals and got knocked out in the Champions League by Manchester United in the quarter-finals with Barcelona winning it. I guess making only 1 signing was a wrong idea, but we did win the Premier League. We have won only 5 trophies so far and we need 15 more to complete it, and the Champions League we are cooked. Joao Pedro scored 24 goals in the Premier League with another 6 in the Champions League. Palmer scored 14 goals with 7 assists and came to my office demanding that if we don't win the Champions League he will leave, and we don't want that because he's our main man. And Estevao also stepped up with 13 goals and 8 assists, with Leo underperforming again with 9 goals and 8 assists. Bro can't even cross double digits, so we have no other choice but to replace him if we really want to win more trophies. This season we need a world-class winger who takes us to the Champions League because I think that is our missing piece in this team, and who other than Vinicius Jr. We went to Teta and swapped Leo for Vini Jr., and I think selling Romeo Lavia made sense because we already have Tchouaméni and Andre Santos. With the likes of Vini Jr. I think we can do it, and we actually did because we won the Champions League against Nottingham Forest and also the FA Cup against Ajax, but lost the league to Manchester United. Joao Pedro came clutch in the league with 25 goals with Vini scoring 16 goals, a good start. For the 6th season we wanted to keep the squad with not much changes to keep the momentum going, so I signed Joao Felix for Palmer's backup, and at the end of the season we won the league, the Champions League and the FA Cup against Manchester United, another Champions League, and it's a treble, with Vini stepping up massively outscoring Joao Pedro with 24 goals and 10 assists while Joao had 20. But Holland still won the Golden Boot, so that challenge is not looking good, and that's 10 trophies. in the bag with another 10 left. So in Season 7 we needed that golden boot, and I know who I'm going for, the league machine Erling Haaland. We signed him from Manchester City and benched Joao Pedro for him. We simmed to the end of the season. We lost the Champions League to Barcelona in the semi-final but won the league and the FA Cup, and we finally got the golden boot with Haaland scoring 39 goals in the league and another 8 in the FA Cup. But I think signing Haaland cost us because the team started playing for him instead of as a team. Even STVO and Vini underperformed, so we had to make a sad decision and bench Haaland and start Joao Pedro again. This season Joao Pedro leads the line. We signed nobody just to keep the team balanced, and at the end of the season we won the treble again. But one change saved our season, with Joao Pedro scoring 20 goals and 11 in the Champions League. Vini went back to form and scored 17 goals while Broja won the golden boot. Parma and STVO also stepped up. Season 9, Haaland came to me saying he can't be benched, so I transfer listed him, and only Aston Villa came with a loan deal and he accepted. We simmed to the end of the season and we won the FA Cup, Champions League and the Premier League again. We are dominating. Vini scored 13 goals and Joao Pedro 11. Not that great, but we take it because we won the treble. We are on 16 trophies with one season left. Can we do it? Season 10, the finale, but it comes with a challenge. We have to spin a wheel with our whole starting 11 and whoever it lands on will be sold. It landed on the coldest man on the planet and we had no choice but to sell him. He went to Real Betis. Wild choice. We also can't sign any player, so Joao Felix had to step up. At the end of the season we won the league, the Champions League and the FA Cup. Joao Pedro finally won the golden boot with 26 goals with Vini on 17. Neves and Felix stepped up with 8 assists each. Joao Pedro also won the Champions League golden boot with 10 goals with Vini on 8. Estivio and Felix provided 4 assists each with Vini on 8, and Joao Felix topped the FA Cup chart with 4 goals. In the end we won 19 trophies out of 20 and 2 golden boots out of 5. With 5 Champions League out of 5 we tried. We took Chelsea from 8th place to dominating Europe, but we are not done yet. Like and comment your favorite part or the club you want me to do next, and also subscribe to the channel. Peace.